Hey everybody, Drew here for Drew at Underground Gaming. Have to remember what channel I'm doing this live on, so I don't accidentally say the wrong one. Back with Underground Gaming Ep.7. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We were supposed to do one like a month ago, but for whatever reason, either people getting sick or people getting busy, we just weren't able to do so. So on that note, we're here now. We're still waiting to see if Joshy pops in. He's got the invite for it. But until then, joining me, the one and only Desert Nord, my younger brother. Hey, Rob.
Hey there.
How you doing today?
Yeah, doing all right.
It's been a while since we talked gaming-related stuff. Before we went live, we were talking about some other stuff that we got to put a pin into for Breaking Rocks next weekend. So,
Yep.
and some of it's some pretty heavy shit because some of it involves the NFL and a certain player coming back from suspension. But as it is,
Yeah.
because we're pissed about it, and not what you might think. But on that note, PlayStation Plus games for November. We never talked about that. I want to talk about it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 physical version. We were supposed to talk about this at the time. We're going to get to it now. The games with gold games for November, as well as PlayStation Plus Essentials games for December, and the PlayStation Plus games for December as well. Or the games with gold and the PlayStation Plus games, yeah. I started writing my notes backwards at first. Then I tried erasing it to fix it, but so my notes are going to confuse the hell out of me today. But on that note, anything gaming related that you can think of that you want to talk about before we get into the older stuff first?
Well, there was some noise with Callisto Protocol, wasn't there?
Yeah, the poor reviews of it. Considering that I don't have the finances to buy and play it right now, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's $70 fucking on next gen, so yeah, so it's not happening. And we kind of need Joshy here to do that because he's probably been playing this because he said that he pre-ordered it to play it. So he's either sleeping or no, he's not playing it because he's not even online right now. So he's probably sleeping or something.
Yeah.
So if Joshy comes in while we're live, then we'll have him talking about Callisto Protocol at that point. But with what I imagine with what you want to bring up, the poor reviews and the bugginess of it, right?
Yeah, there were some questions of whether or not they actually sorted out this game before they put it out there. And it's not clear that they've done it right. It seems like they've made some mistakes here.
Yeah, and when has that not been an issue for modern games in the last X number of years?
I just don't understand it. It's like, I know there's a time issue and a money thing and oh my God, Christmas, we need people to buy it for Christmas and all of this stuff. I know all that, but they gotta understand that if the shit's buggy, if it's not playable, or if it's got problems, people are gonna give it hell, and you're gonna lose more sales than you would have gained.
Yeah.
So it's best to fix your shit before you put it out.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they not get this yet?
Well, I didn't get it,
so
so
keep making this mistake.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's obviously not going to be worth $70, near as far as I'm seeing from the reviews of it. So I don't even know if I'd get it on a sale at this point. And secondly, there's another game that I'd rather get for the Switch, Pokemon Violet or something like that. One of the new Pokemon games that has come out. That's actually
they put out another.
Yeah.
Put up another.
Scarlet and Violet, I think they are called, and I want the Violet one because that's the one that has the Pokemon that's a motorbike. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually ride like a motorcycle, like through the open world and do shit. So.
But yeah, they're called Scarlet and Violet. And,
Yeah.
It's do more in the entry by Game Freak.
Yeah. Well, Game Freak and the other two parties that own Pokemon. Game Freak, the other company, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
So.
And the Pokemon Company is what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're owned by 3 different other companies, so.
Yep.
But anyway, on that note, let's get into PlayStation Plus Essentials from back in November, as we never got to talk about that, as we didn't do this recently. So, back in November, the PlayStation Plus free games were Noi 2, that's NIOH. Hey, Red Hood. That's disturbing. Motorbike Pokemon. Well,
they've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
They've run out of ideas.
So in the chat, Red Hood Winked is here, and Hey Gaming, what's up, brother? I'm glad you guys are both here. So back in November, Noi 2, that's NIOH2, was one of the free games for PlayStation Plus Essentials back in November. Lego Harry Potter Collection and Heavenly Bodies. Your thoughts on those 3 games from back in November? Because we didn't get to talk about this at the time.
It didn't make a whole lot of waves for me, so
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like one of those subpar months again there.
Yeah, and then for Games with Gold back in November, let's see, we had I'm not even sure how to pronounce this. Praetorians. If I wrote that right. Praetorians from November 1st to the 30th, so that's gone already. And then Dead End Job, November 18th to December 15th. So that's still available in Games with Gold at this point.
Yeah, no, I like kind of like strange and unusual type games, creative things, but it's just you have this gap of quality between them. It's like you can never get a game that's creative without it being starved of money.
Yeah.
And everything that has all the money and all the attention is a bunch of recycled bullshit that borrows from everything else and doesn't really innovate much.
Well, in the case of the free games, by the way, chat, can you hear Rob fine? Just to check that with you guys watching. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear my brother just fine. Or if I need to turn it up. Gaming says yes. Okay, thanks, Gaming. But in terms of November, Red Hood says it's fine too. I thanks, guys. But anyway, back in November, I'd say the PlayStation side was better. But then again, when have we not said that lately? So. But in comparison, we do know what December's games are too. And as you guys see by the thumbnail, it's headlined by Mass Effect Legendary Edition for the PlayStation Plus Essentials games for December. Along with Divine Knockout and Biomutant for the PlayStation side. On Xbox side for December of 2022, we got Cult Canyon and Blade of Fury. Obviously, PlayStation smokes Xbox in December. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. Yeah.
Between the Mass Effect trilogy and Biomutant alone. And Xbox is still only putting out 2 games, therefore proving that they don't give a shit about the free game offerings. Still. And not only that, it's stupid as fuck games that no one has heard of. Chat, have you guys heard of Cult Canyon or Blade of Fury? Have you heard of them, Nord?
No.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't heard of them.
I've not heard of them till I saw the announcement. I was like, what the fuck is this? But then again, what have I not said about games with gold in the last few months? Gaming hasn't heard of them either. So, yeah. And gaming usually remembers more shit than we can.
Yeah, if there's anything of quality, I hear about it. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. So, I mean, the fact that I hadn't heard of it is just like it's made no noise. So,
Blade of Fury sounds familiar to Red Hood. All right. But Biomutant I have physically for Xbox One anyway. Can just play it on PlayStation now. Come the this upcoming Wednesday when it goes live. And the Mass Effect Legendary Edition I've already been playing on Xbox on Twitch, which I gotta finish getting through Mass Effect 3 on that. And then Divine Knockout. Never heard of it before, but I'll probably add it to the collection on the off chance that anyone wants to play it online if it's one of those type of games at that point. But as it is. Don't have any other notes. Was there anything else that came up that you know of from gaming or in gaming news or this, that, or the other thing lately? Because
yeah, there were some deals and things that came up during the Black Friday specials, but that's more of a sales thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's relevant at this point, other than to say that they were trying to increase gaming sales with some interesting deals. But other than that, I haven't heard a lot of like exciting game announcements or anything. You know, things that would be like.
Go ahead.
What was that?
I said go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say that I haven't really heard too much exciting like game release news or anything about leading up to Christmas. I mean, maybe I should have, but
well, the only thing that I know of in December at this point is High on Life, and then Callisto Protocol came out just recently. High on Life comes out on the 12th or the 13th.
Yeah, I mentioned that the Callisto Protocol was really the only thing that caught my attention, aside from the Call of Duty thing, which was dominating everyone's attention there.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty entry there was sort of pulling everybody in at one point there, last few weeks, and understandably, because I mean, if it's sort of like nostalgia, red meat sort of a thing, that's what happens. But whether or not that's relevant to, I mean, basically, unless it's truly something innovative, I just don't care about Call of Duty anymore. And a lot of people are hungry for the past in regards to that game because the past was good. But anything new, it's just, there wouldn't be anything. I just don't care about that series anymore. So whenever I hear, oh, hey, Call of Duty, man, Call of Duty, I'm like, don't care. I don't care. Mm-hmm. It's like long in the past for me right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can say good things about the series and all that, but I just don't care anymore about Call of Duty.
Yeah, otherwise, recent releases are like God of War Ragnarok. Reviews from just about everybody are out for that now. Like Angry Joe has his out now.
Yeah.
And I started playing. I'm still about 40 minutes in. Whatever you guys have seen on the channel from me for God of War Ragnarok is exactly how far I've gotten into the game so far.
Yeah.
So I need to play more of that to formulate an opinion on that. But if you guys watching have played God of War Ragnarok a lot more, feel free to say in the chat what you guys think of it so far.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, well, it is nominated for Game of the Year for the Jeff Keighley Game Awards at this point. And if it is that good, then it probably will be one of our nominees when it's all said and done, too, for our thing that we're going to be doing, that we do every year. So on that note, Anything else that we know of at this point? I don't think there's a lot going on right now at this point.
Yeah.
The only thing to look forward to at this point is playing High on Life on stream on the 13th or whatever it is at this point. Because that also launches day and date into Xbox Game Pass, which is why I'll be covering it. So,
Yep.
Otherwise, I don't know if I would do a free play Friday for Mass Effect Legendary Edition since I've already been playing it on Twitch and I got to get back into that anyway on Xbox side. So, if you guys want to see me do a 30-minute thing live on YouTube on the PlayStation 4 version of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, let me know. Then I'll do that next Friday then. Or this upcoming Friday, I should say, since it is Sunday here. But as it is, Biomutant for a Free Play Friday. If you guys want to see it, I did play a little of it on stream on Twitch previously. Haven't gotten back to it since because I've gotten sidetracked from everything else. So that I've been doing or been wanting to do or this, that, and the other thing. So other than that, did you get to see what I was doing in WWE 2K with certain people from Geeks and Gamers? Bro?
No, I didn't catch any of that, but I did see some of the videos that they were putting out lately.
No, I'm talking about on my channel of me playing WWE 2K with certain people from Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I didn't catch that specifically, but I have been watching their streams, some of them.
So there's no talking about that with you then, because I was going to try to do that, but since you haven't watched it, but.
Well, you can mention it. I mean, whatever happened, or
in it, I got Krista Nova to win the AEW Women's World Championship. Mara made her debut. Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers and I had a little scuffle. Because his debut match was against my re-debut as Dr. What's Up, so.
Yeah.
And My Nerdy Home made her debut as well. Successfully, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Krista is a world champion. Yeah. But as it is, Kika now rules AEW's women's division. Anyway, yeah. But as it is, yeah, I'm going to keep doing that with those characters and also try to bring in others that I work on trying to create over time as well, because I'm going to keep trying to do that going forward. For example, the next person I have in mind to try to bring into WWE 2K22's Drew's universe is probably Ryan Kinnell.
Yeah.
RK Outpost. And I'm probably going to try to work on that tomorrow at some point, or tonight even.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But as it is there any content creator that you'd like to see me trying to create in WWE 2K22 to try to have messing around in my universe?
Oh, well, did you already create one for Az?
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that one would be funny. That one I would like.
In all of Az's beautiful British glory.
Mm-hmm. That one I would enjoy. Yeah.
I might try to do that one first before Ryan, but then again, I might try to bring them in as a tag team, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Ryan and Az as a tag team. Talk about the odd couple.
Yeah.
Heck, I think it would be more fitting for like Quarter Black, Garrett, and And as to be a tag team, considering how often they're playing Warhammer 40K on stream,
Sure, that would almost be like kind of like the Dudley Boys sort of a thing.
Yeah.
At that point.
Except for would be the Friday night boys
I don't know.
at that point,
Because
both of them are usually on Friday night tights, even so.
Yeah.
Nerdrotic, that would be interesting too. Because Red Hood asks, "What about Nerdrotic?" Trust me, there are a lot of content creators that are worth bringing in. Because if I do bring Gary in, I think there's only one opponent that I would want him beating the crap out of, and that's Vince McMahon. Jay, yes, absolutely. Jay is another one of those people that I would I've already thought about trying to bring in because Dr. What's Up is there, Chris is there, so his internet kids are already there. Why not Papa J, right? So I will be doing that at some point. So Ryan as Nerdrotic, Drunk 3PO. I'm probably going to have to form like 2 factions here at some point. Ripa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Ords. Yeah, there's a lot of people to consider that would be quite awesome to have there. Phil TMNT, yeah. Especially Phil, because I would be trying to do a special t-shirt within the game for him that says "Catch Up Phil" on his t-shirt or something like that. And then Phil trying to create a ketchup on pizza faction within the universe. But as it is, yeah, there's a whole host of ideas there. But on that note, I do also want to get back to playing Skyrim because I do want to finish telling the story of Drew Heartfire and Sophia Heartfire, Mrs. Heartfire now, and their story too. And then also I've been meaning to finally start playing Medieval Destiny on stream at some point too. Because that was one of those games that I saw in Games with Gold or not Game Pass, I mean. And I saw the description, open world action adventure RPG strategy game. Sign me up. And I've not gotten a chance to start playing that yet. So there's a bunch of stuff that I still want to do that I need to keep doing. And then there's also behind the scenes thing of trying to figure out exactly when I'm moving still. I still got to talk to Uncle.
Yeah.
At this point, so. Yeah, anything going on with you games-wise? Anything you're looking forward to doing, playing this, that, the other thing, or are you just still glued to ESO like you always have been?
Well, I was playing Ace Combat. You bought me that. And
yeah, for your birthday.
And it is a good entry in the series, and I like it.
Which that reminds me, I was supposed to tell you happy birthday from Hello Beautiful and a bunch of other people as well, including one of your followers who was in my comment section. I can't remember her name though. So okay. Yeah. So I was supposed to tell you happy birthday from them. So.
Yeah. I had a lot of birthday wishes.
Yeah.
Across a lot of.
And you're probably still going to get more from the chat right now too. Now that I mentioned that your birthday was last weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, my mainstay of course remains ESO, and now that I've reached what you might call elite status, starting to do the game content.
Well, aren't you fucking special?
Well, no, I mean, I'm looked to by a lot of other players in that game for advice, for guidance, for help in doing things, for meta knowledge, build advice, all sorts of things on what to do.
And speaking of Carter Black, heel versus babyface and X-Ray Girl, they're playing Warhammer 40K Dark Tide right now, live on YouTube. I see on my screen here. So, speak of, well, I don't want to say devils because the three of them are no devils. Speak of the Friday Night Tight Saints. With Jane Theory. Oh, so they're playing it with Jane Theory too. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So yeah. Anything else we can think of? Because we've only been live for 25 minutes. This is the shortest fucking thing ever. And we've already burned through everything.
There wasn't a lot of gaming news. Now, one thing I did want to mention, more personal, of course, is that by the time we do our next podcast, we probably are both going to be uncles.
The next time we do what?
I said by the time we do our next podcast, we're both going to be uncles, bro.
Oh, yeah. Our niece being born, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which would probably be breaking rocks, us complaining about the NFL and their handling of a certain situation with a certain player that just came off of suspension at that point.
Uh-huh.
And
we can talk about it in that episode, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the main story that I'm going to rant about at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with allowing the Me Too movement's supposed victims of said player being at the game today in which he's playing his first game back. That's perfectly acceptable, isn't it? Anyway, as you guys can tell, we hate the Me Too movement, so.
Well, I wouldn't, for myself, use the word hate so much as I don't consider it to be well-intentioned, and I don't consider it to be too authentic.
In other words, legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
I consider it to be mostly insincere. That's what I would say.
Mostly insincere sounds like mostly peaceful to me.
Well, in this case, I'm not trying to say that it's sincere, because it isn't.
Everything's burning down. It's mostly peaceful. Everyone's getting canceled for shit that they didn't do to the opposite sex. It's mostly legitimate. Even though they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least we're going to make you feel like that they didn't do it while claiming that they did do it. And not press charges either. Anyway. Yeah. We might as well wrap up talking about... what could we talk about gaming related? To wrap things up here.
What I was going to say, though, from my own gaming experience, they did release that new DLC, which is actually the final part of the most recent DLC on ESO, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. They introduced a lot of things that sort of keeping everybody busy, and then they put an event out in the other two regions, the Western Skyrim and the Reach region, that sort of pulled everybody off of it. Like 48 hours after they dropped it, they pulled everybody off of it by putting everybody in the other regions, basically. So it was a very strange move. Not something they do too often. Usually when they release new DLC, they have an event in that new region. But yeah, I just, sometimes I don't know. I just go with the flow. But it was very strange.
Quick go back. Red Hood in the chat, going back to what you were saying about the Me Too movement earlier. I don't find it I don't find it reliable, and it's sad that real victims are paying for it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Indeed. Paying for it in more ways than one, yeah.
They'd like to make it should be a case-by-case basis, but they'd like to make it some kind of social movement, which is ridiculous because it's not as common as they want us to believe it is. I mean, it's abuse and violence like this is not as common as they want you to believe it is. and it should never be normalized. And that's almost what they're doing with that movement, is normalizing it. And don't do that. Don't normalize this shit. It's bad, it's wrong, it's rare, and it should be stopped and punished every time it actually happens. Not every female out there should not feel like, oh, well, I'm a victim, because that's not true. There are victims and there are not victims. There are some that are not. It's not everyone. And there are victims on both genders. Both, male and female. There are victims in both of this type of thing. And the ideology behind the movement suggests that it's just women and there are no male victims. It's all male perpetrators. But it's actually both. And that's the point they've completely missed and completely avoided.
A quick shout out to a YouTube channel that I think you guys should check out. Dr. Fo, it's DR and then PHOXOTIC.
Yeah, so let me just say, my main problem with it is anytime you glamorize victimhood, don't glamorize victimhood. Seriously.
Yeah.
Victimhood is not something you should want to achieve or should be made to think like, oh, well, they're a hero because they're a victim. Heroes are not victims, and victims are not heroes. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes do great things. They're not victims of bad things. Victims are victims, heroes are heroes. Let's not mix the two, shall we?
Indeed.
And unless you have a specific example of triumph through victimhood, you can't just say everyone who's a victim is a hero, because that's not true.
Doctor.
It's also very Marxist.
Yeah.
Which I have a problem with too.
So back to the YouTube channel that I was shouting out. You're familiar with the videos that I sent you about Biden and Skyrim, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, well, you guys in the chat should check out Dr. Fo Oxotic. That's PHOXOTIC. And he makes fun of the current president being lost in Skyrim. And and here's a small clip from it. I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to get in trouble with that content creator. But the name of it is Joe Biden Meets Putin in Skyrim, and that was uploaded a month ago. So if you guys want a good laugh at Joe Biden in Skyrim, go check out that YouTube channel. I've seen some of them. Redhead said, "Yeah, they are quite hilarious." I accidentally found them when they came up in the recommended section for me.
Yep.
And I immediately subbed to the channel because I found it hilarious. So.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the most recent one, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of Joe Biden forcing potion mandates or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think probably like in Whiterun or something, which I don't know how Jarl Balgruuf approved of that then.
Yeah.
But then again, if Joe Biden is the Dragonborn, maybe. Because he...
Dragon spelled GDRAGGING.
Yeah.
Whenever he shouts, he falls asleep. That's his shout ability.
Shouts or shits his pants?
But no, because all the Dragonborn, they have shouts. His shout.
I know that.
Makes him fall asleep.
Oh. Anyway. Jokes like that belong on Breaking Rocks anyway, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I
it was gaming related. I mean,
Skyrim, yeah, which I generally do, because if you guys know me, Skyrim is basically the Tom McDonald of this YouTube channel. So.
Yep.
They started showing up in my recommended when I was watching someone else who puts Mr. Bean in Skyrim and
Mm-hmm.
Garfield the Cat in Fallout 4. I've not seen Garfield the Cat in Fallout 4 one before. I gotta look at that.
Too.
That sounds highly funny.
That's just all memes, man.
Yeah.
That's just all memes. It's funny too.
Oh, thank you for the notification, YouTube. I didn't know that we were live. Thank you for that. Yeah, because as soon as I go to the homepage, it's like the first thing that pops up is your current live stream. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
I started it. Let me guess, that's another notification of it, isn't it? Just no, it's something about a crossword puzzle on my phone. Okay. It wouldn't have surprised me if YouTube had sent me a notification on my phone going, hey, guess what? You've been live for like 30 minutes. Did you know that? Oh, really? Because Twitch sends me notifications that, hey, we noticed that you're live. Did you know that? Oh, really? But yeah. But memes making fun of other things with video games is always going to be funny. So doesn't really matter what it is. Case in point, putting people from Geeks and Gamers or Friday Night Tights into WWE 2K is just something that's just fun to do at this point. And when you guys see them, let me know what you think of my imaginings of My Nerdy Home, Mara, Ryan, and anyone else that I bring into the 2K games, because I would love to hear your opinions. And yours too, bro. But then again, I hear your opinions on everything, even when I'm not trying to hear them.
Well, yeah.
To the point where when I see something, I generally go, I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are close brothers, so I mean, you can predict, you know.
The channel is.
You know me well enough.
Yeah, handle BWAV if you're interested in looking those up. Yeah, let me do so over here on this other screen and try typing that in. HANDLE underscore B dot view. Okay. So I see Leslie Nielsen in Detroit Become Human, Blade in The Witcher, Ace Ventura in Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, God.
Yeah, good lord, that must be hilarious.
RoboCop in Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, well, that's just more like appropriate than anything.
Well, this one is also very appropriate. Clint Eastwood in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana Jones in Elden Ring. Austin Powers in Mass Effect Part 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Just
wow.
Here's another good one and fitting. Aragorn in Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly Hills Cop in Cyberpunk. Here's Garfield in Fallout 4. I got to look at that when we're done streaming.
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister or Home Alone in Resident Evil.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Specifically,
well, he sets up good traps. So I mean,
specifically Resident Evil Village. Ash Williams visits Resident Evil Village. Austin Powers, Mass Effect again. American Psycho and Fallout.
Oh wow, Patrick Bateman in Fallout.
Yeah,
that one's interesting.
Mr. Bean in Half-Life 2. Oh God. What else is there here? Yeah, there's. Yeah, a whole bunch of other people doing that too, as it turns out. Yeah. Thank you, Red Hood. I will check those out and sub to that channel off stream so that none of the audio gets picked up here. But the Clint Eastwood one is a good one. You love the Ace Ventura one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Garfield, and then I'm gonna binge watch this shit while in between the football games, because the Packers are up by 1. Wow, that's nice. 2019. They were getting their ass handed to them just a while ago.
Yeah, didn't we discuss that game? I mean, yeah.
On the football thing, yeah.
Packers and Bears, neither one of them deserved to win that game.
I'm not sure if they deserve to be playing today, but whatever. On that note, got some stuff to watch after this. What in between football games? Later on tonight, I'm gonna try to be live. Since we did a live stream today on this channel, I'll be live on Twitch later on this evening. Then, hopefully after the Sunday Night Football game, hopefully I'll have energy for it. If not, I'll just have to drink a cup of coffee and do the stream anyway. Because I think while I'm watching this stuff, I'm going to try to work on creating the other people for WWE 2K and maybe trying to do some of that tonight to show you guys what I've made in terms of who I brought to 2K at that point. Because right now I'm leaning, I got Jeremy there, so I might as well bring Ryan, Az, and Gary in, I guess, because I already got Krista, Steph, and Mara there. So, and then after I bring them, probably try to add another female there somewhere to try to balance things out. Because if you guys know me, you guys know I love balance. It doesn't matter if it's politics, gaming, movies. I like balance between chaos and common sense, light and the dark, left and the right, and everything in between. So, but yeah, I'm going to work on that, watch this stuff, and be live tonight on Twitch after the Sunday Night Football game is over. What is that again? Oh, the Colts and the Cowboys tonight. So after that game is over. Yeah, I'll try to be live doing some 2K tonight to show you guys what I've created since last we spoke here. So, what are you going to be up to after this?
Well, watching games just like you are.
Well, I'm going to be watching games and videos and trying to create characters on a third fucking screen. So I'll be doing 3 things at once, which is not a stretch for me. Oh, Christian Watson, touchdown Packers. That's nice. Fuck the guy that picked him up over me in fantasy. Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah, because I was trying to pick him up and someone else did. I'm like, well, that's bullshit. But anyway.
Tons of Christmassy things to do and all that.
Sounds good. Just don't push yourself too much. Well, it's not a matter of pushing myself. I have the football games on this TV. My Xbox is over there, so I would be having the game on there, the video game going here, and then YouTube going on, I guess, my computer monitor here. Or possibly on this screen, because I have a screen here, screen here, screen here where the camera is, screen there, screen there. It's not a matter of pushing myself. It's a matter of pushing my fucking technology too far. Because I promise you, my tech here is going to give out before I do. Trust me.
Yeah.
But as it is. Any other gaming thoughts or concerns or this, that, and the other thing before we end this here? Before we...
No, I've pretty much said everything that was relevant that I could think of.
Fair enough. So you live in a bat cave then? First of all, Red Hood, I am not Fear the Beardo. He lives in a bat cave. I live in the underground. There's a difference. He lives amongst bats. I live amongst dirt, broken bones, and broken dreams. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I pull my switch out of the dock, dare I say 6 screens that I can have in front of me at once, doing 6 different things at once. Or watching 6 different things at once.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, welcome to the underground, which is filled with screens and monitors.
It's more of a control room.
The bat cave is underground. LOL. Well, we'll find then. I guess then if Beardo is Batman, then I guess I'm Robin then.
It's not the bat cave. It's the Dat cave. That's what it is.
The Dat cave?
Yeah.
The Dat cave. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the Dat man then.
Well, no, you drew that. And that's your Dat cave.
The Dat cave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my brother's the one that coined it, folks. So, yeah.
Yep.
So welcome to the Dat cave, also known as Dat Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, remember, Raylos are weird. Fuck Naughty Dog. Fuck Electronic Arts. Fuck the NFL. And fuck everything now that I think of it. See you guys later.
Yep, see you guys.
Shout out to George Carlin for the fuck everything now that I think of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you guys. Yeah, I see you. Save that for Breaking Rocks, Red Hood. Save that for Breaking Rocks. Later.